Hello, today we're sitting down with Stephen R. Hamilton, which coincidentally is my father. He is a CRNA, so he's been doing anesthesia for how many years now?
22.
22, and he is a confirmed exercise addict. How many marathons have you run in so far, Dad?
I don't know. 20 maybe.
A year?
Marathons. 20 marathons and 4 or 5 100-milers. And then probably 10 50-milers.
Okay. And how many miles on an average week do you run these days?
About 40.
Okay. And you've been doing that for 20 plus years?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit over 20 plus years. So, during our project, we've been talking about, oh my gosh, endorphins, opioids, and the effects of both. So, as we discussed in our project and our paper, opioids are basically a synthetic form of, not a synthetic, but a form of pain suppressors that occupy those same spaces in the brain that endorphins naturally fill. So, Dad, in your opinion, what do you think of the opioids as well as the synthetic classes such as, fentanyl, Demerol, morphine?
Hydromorphone.
Okay. So what has been your experience as far as like recovery from surgeries, long-term chronic pain control? How well do they work?
They're almost worthless for long-term pain control issues.
Why is that?
Because our body becomes tolerant to them,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes more and more to produce the same amount of pain suppression, and people either can't keep continuing to increase their dosage because of the cost or the availability, or accidental overdose will kill them. So it just doesn't work for long-term pain control. We have a society that felt that, a medical society in particular, that felt that they could control the backside of the of opioid usage, the shortfalls, and they promoted over the years increasing numbers of people put on pain control for chronic pain issues, and they've been found out to that it doesn't work, and that has led to a great amount of death and destruction as far as addictions and accidental deaths related to overdose. And it's become probably one of the top killers of people.
I read somewhere a statistic that 60,000 people die from prescription medication
Drug
abuse and overdose per year.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
And now the federal government is finally recognizing that, and the medical society is finally recognizing that there is a huge problem, and now medicine is caught in the crosshairs of the federal government to try to make them stop prescribing the large amounts of narcotics that they do. And yet we have a large segment of the population that isn't willing to go cold turkey, and so now we see a huge influx of heroin addictions because it's cheaper than the prescription drugs, and we're seeing a lot of people being subjected to all the terrible things that go along with heroin addiction.
Wow.
So,
what, in your opinion, works better than the opioids for long-term pain control? And when I say that, like, are we talking like exercise? Are we talking certain medication combinations? Is there anything natural supplement-wise that you found that you think is effective?
I think the biggest, I think there's a combination of things that are useful. The most beneficial of things to do is to not stop moving. As soon as you stop moving, then you're in a world of hurt. If you can fix things that are causing you pain, such as osteoarthritis with total hips and knees, or in my case, a recent bone spur removal, fix those, and then continue to move. It is not inappropriate to use non-steroidal anti-inflammatories to reduce discomfort, and to continue to live healthy produces the endorphins, which will help with pain control. But sometimes you just have to have the understanding that life hurts and that you press on with certain pains. Definitely fix those things that you can fix. I mean, if you got a toothache, get your tooth fixed.
Dental pain,
not
awesome.
If you have back issues, fix the things that you can fix. Otherwise, just keep moving and keep enduring. There are some pain conditions that doesn't do enough for, and then there's things that are effective, such as the gabapentin type of medication. Some of the serotonin release drugs have been effective. I mean, there's always a downside, but at least there's not the big addictive problems with those types of drugs.
And the instances of death are
almost nil.
Yeah. Now, for us as future chiropractors, one thing that I've always been really excited about is keeping things moving, because that ultimately is all we do, is keep a joint moving so that the body can take interference and pressure off of itself and then let it heal as close to normal as possible. So I'm excited that the medical community is recognizing how big of a problem chronic pain is and how easy it is to get somebody addicted to an opioid.
It's become an epidemic, and it's a critical point right now in the country's history.
Too many people.
Yeah, too many people are dying.
Yep, I would agree. So that was our interview today with Stephen Hamilton, and hopefully you guys will start to understand how important it is to keep people moving so that they don't end up addicted to a painkiller that's ultimately potentially going to kill them. All right, thank you so much. Bye.